Welcome back to another week on the vlog. I have to show you something already. You know, this week's already crazy. Look at this. So obviously you got the dog, right? You got the dog. But look at what the dog's fighting. Look, look, look. Where did this thing come from? There's a fucking mantis from like fucking What's Hard from Kung Fu Panda, bro. It was on the door. It's kind of freaky. Look at it. And. So I ended up going to. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Look, look, look. It's moving. Wolfie, leave it alone, bro. Oh my god, he decapitated it. Oh my god, he like ripped like the abdomen of it. And then so I ended up going to the gym this morning, and I saw an old friend, Clayton, from high school. So he said hi. What a guy, bro. I miss that guy. And then I'm also cooking some spicy chicken. That's kind of like my meal prep, and I got bulgogi going. So this week, I don't think I'm actually technically, I'm not graduating from my grad program. Damn, it's kind of dark in here. I'm not technically graduating, but I'm like, I think I'm technically finished with my grad program, so I'm not a baby nurse anymore because we have new nurses starting. So we have like one last study day on Wednesday, and then we're supposed to be like having a formal party in like March or something like that, I think. But I lost like the fluffy part for like my GoPro. I don't know what happened to it. I'm kind of sad. So we just got the dog back. I had to take a blood test for my dog. Look, Wolfie, show him your paw. It's not funny, but he's quite sick, so they're just gonna run they're gonna run a blood test to see if there's anything wrong with like his tummy, whatever, hopefully not. But he's been pretty good. He doesn't seem like he's limping or sorry. Look at his little leg, a little bandage on his leg. Are you okay, Woochies? Any comment? He's got no comment. But they were saying that if the blood test comes back like okay, might just do an x-ray of his tummy in case he ate a toy. Hopefully not, so we're just waiting a little bit. Hopefully he's all okay. But the blood tests pretty much weren't conclusive of what's happening to Wolfie. So we've got him an x-ray booked for tomorrow morning. They said Wolfie's gonna need to be sedated, so it's gonna be quite costly. The number is about $1,000, so it's pretty pricey. They said about 800 to $1,000 depending on what needs to be done, so that's gonna kind of hurt the bank account a little bit, but hopefully he'll be okay. He seems okay at the moment. He hasn't vomited since. He vomited like twice this morning, but I guess this is what happens when you have like kids, right? This would be the equivalent of having kids, or you know, when you have to look after someone. But we move, we learn. We also got him some chibbles as well, so I'm just gonna let him eat from the box and kind of relax a little bit. We'll keep him aside for the rest of the day because it is pretty hot today. Review? Wolfie, give me a review. What does it taste like? ASMR, ASMR. Alright guys, so I just finished another shift, obviously, same old, right? But the craziest thing happened. So I opened the door to like the sluice room, or whatever you call it nowadays, and then I saw like a guy that was from my nursing school, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. And it was just such a weird coincidence that I saw him again, because like we technically were supposed to graduate the same year, but some things happened, so we didn't graduate the same year. But I opened the door and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy, because we used to be like partners in our classes. But it was so nice to catch up with someone that I kind of knew. It was kind of a surreal experience. But whatever. In saying that, tomorrow I've got a study day. It's a pretty quick one. I think we're still going to go take Wolfie for his x-ray. I'm going to have to end up picking him up after I finish my study day, so around like 4 or 5 o'clock ish. They said they close at 6, so an expensive x-ray and everything later. Hopefully he'll be okay. I did a little bit of reading online, and it said that he might just be dehydrated, but the vet was saying that it's not dehydration and it could be he swallowed something funny, so hopefully not. But we'll end up seeing, because if he swallows something, it'll probably be like a surgery or some pretty expensive medications in order to fix him. But hopefully everything's okay with the dog. Tomorrow's like so hot. It's like 43 degrees last time I checked the weather, so by the time you watch this, maybe leave a comment on what you actually did on this hot day, because I'm probably not going to do anything. Kind of dry, kind of boring. So I had just finished my grad study day like 50 minutes or an hour ago, which kind of involved us, the graduates, learning how to teach new people and how to give feedback and things like that. So kind of pretty boring, but I love doing it anyways. And saying that, it was a good session. We got to leave early, but the main thing was Wolfie. So I think probably earlier in the video I said Wolfie had to get an x-ray. So the x-ray showed apparently that Wolfie had a bowel obstruction, or query a bowel obstruction, which means there was something just like lodged in his bowel and he couldn't poop it out, or he couldn't vomit it out, which is why he was vomiting so much. So they had to do pretty immediate surgery based on the nature of the scan. I'm currently just waiting outside the vet because they said I could pick him up at about 4:30 and it's only 3:50 at the moment. So I'm kind of just waiting to see how he's going. So I think the vet said the surgery went well. There's not too much. There wasn't a bowel obstruction or anything. It was just, you know, he had some really upset stomach issues. So they give him a lot of antibiotics. They give him a lot of pain relief. He'll be able to go home with me in a little bit once I pick him up. We'll see how he feels. But the poor dog, I was quite upset earlier today. I was kind of in the middle of class. But they said he's doing good. He's being typical whiny baby Wolfie, because he's locked in a cage apparently or something like that. So hopefully he's well. We'll see how he is once we get inside in a little bit, and we hopefully, like, it was nothing bad. All right, let's leave it at that. It was nothing bad, which is always good news. But we'll see him when we pick him up in a little bit. So I've just come and collected Wolfie. He's got his cone. He's all kind of naked underneath. Got a giant medication bag. So we're going to kind of assess him once we get home. Come on, buddy, we're going to get this way. But I think he's all done now. It's quite hot. I know. But I'm going to take him home, kind of just assess him, see how he is. But he seems okay at the moment. He looks a bit sore, a bit like tired and sleepy still. But we're going to go and see kind of what he's like in a little bit. Not entirely sure about this lighting, but I've just got Wolfie home. He's kind of just resting, sleeping now. He's quite sleepy still. He's in so much pain. Every time he's been trying to lay down for the past like 20 odd minutes or so, he's been yelping. I think he's crying a little bit as well, but I'm just going to let him sleep, kind of just go through his pain meds and his antibiotics and stuff. Been vomiting for the past 7 days. They said it could be pretty severe, so they had to go in, open him up while I was at work. They kind of just had a look around in his stomach, and they were kind of confused as well. So they couldn't find any obstruction. So, you know, he didn't swallow a toy or any piece of clothing, any weird objects, nothing like that. So they're not entirely sure what actually showed on the x-ray, but there was a lot of gas buildup. So they kind of just opened his stomach, his abdominal cavity anyways, kind of just let some air out. He's expected to be in pain for about a week or 2 weeks, and then it will kind of ease off a little bit. Got some painkillers, got some antibiotics, but I'm just going to let him sleep, going to chill. So he's doing a lot better today. He keeps moving up and down the couch, even though it's not supposed to. Little dressing under his belly, like right, you see that? It's kind of a little bit bloody, but it's all like kind of dry now. But he looks a lot better today. He's a lot more going, got more energy. He's walking around a little bit, and still drinking and eating like pretty much normal now, kind of. But we've got to follow up in on Saturday, which is like 2 days. But he's doing pretty well, I think. Hey, you're taking up my spot. I just finished pretty much a 13-hour shift. I was almost late this morning. Then I got into work practically just on time. So I did recovery in the morning. I did anesthetics for the afternoon. But the case went like overtime. Not overtime, but the case ran a little bit later than expected. And then there was someone to relieve it. I'm like, oh, I might as well just finish. And I got overtime for it. But I just finished practically a 13-hour shift, and it's currently Valentine's Day, so the 14th of February. Me and Marianne didn't get to do very much today because we're both working. So we're just gonna spend it doing something tomorrow instead. I've also got a bit of training to do with my actual squad tomorrow, so hopefully we can catch a glimpse of that. But I don't feel too exhausted after a 13-hour day. Maybe I'm like an adrenaline junkie or something, but I'm gonna head on home now and then kind of just see how Wolfie's doing. I think he's been doing okay. Marion was sending me some videos of him playing with a ball and stuff earlier, so we're gonna head on home, check on how he's doing, give him his nighttime medications, and then in the morning we got a follow-up appointment with the doctor, so we'll take it from there. So I just finished with Wolfie at the vet. They were saying they don't actually know what it is, you know, after doing all the scans and the assessments and stuff. They don't actually know what's wrong with him. So surgery wise, he's gone fine. He's healing as predicted. He just vomited once last night, which you know, could be an indication that the gas buildup that he had is coming back into his stomach, which is never a good sign. So if it does happen again, or if we notice that he's vomiting, car ride again, come on, stubborn dog. They probably just have to do an ultrasound and some other things if needed. We're at like a hot train thingy. There's like, you know, all the foods. Yeah. Hey. Yes. Thank you.
So you can make a temperature from this green one.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. And then, so he got me soup. I don't think this is mine. I think this is Mimi's.
That's tom yum. It smells like tom yum.
Is that what I got?
Yeah, you got tom yum.
I didn't even know what I got. And then we're gonna go see the new Captain America movie afterwards. With I don't know what the guy's name is. Little update on the food situation. We got Naked Barbie. Her biddies are out. Don't censor me, YouTube. Don't monetize me. Don't demonetize me. I'm not already monetized, but don't demonetize me. But it's pretty good so far. I'm kind of sweating. You know how it is when you eat hot pot. The food's really good actually. This is my first time here. So shout what's this place called? Yo hot pot at TTP, but I recommend.